High-level games are separated by 4 to 6 points, and great coaching staffs have ways of gaining that advantage. Here at Cortex AI, we provide a plethora of tools and advanced AI models to help coaches gain winning insights that impact real winning. We'll start with the first tool, which is the Advanced Insights feature. Instead of very dense spreadsheets, we essentially use advanced AI models and tooling to find all the trends and present them to you in very readable ways. We can start with the Advanced Insights. This jumps into things ranging from player synergies to lineup performance, and it takes into account the time nature of the game. So as you can see, here are some insights you can see. And then you could also generate your own insights. Let's say we want to generate, for instance, how our three-point shooting affects us in the second halves of games. We're going to wait about 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes to see these advanced insights. We're really taking our time and going through all the data and leaving no stone unturned. So yeah, we'll come back when that finish loads. So as you can see, the insights are now starting to stream in and load in. And then you can really customize these insights to get anything you want through this prompt. And we're really going to use our AI models to tailor towards what you're looking for and what will help you with your scout. So yeah, as you can see, we have these here and it will be uploaded and displayed on the front page. We also have general analysis, which really provides you with more advanced box score stats. So rather than like lineup synergies or things like that, it's going to find the advanced trends within box scores from several collection of games. And then you're also able to generate custom insights by clicking the Generate Insights button. This also doubles as a scouting tool. You can come here and search any team that you're interested in. For instance, if you're about to play LSU, and then you can also type in your focus area and the same process will occur, as well as with the general insights. The way that this will work, every time teams play a new game, we will automatically populate this with maybe 2 to 4 new stories. But also if you're ever curious and want to generate your own, you can do that as well. This leads us into our next tool. Let's say you find an insight that you think is very interesting, you want to research more. You can use our basketball analytics assistant to help you research different theories that you may have about the game. For instance, you could make different queries like games where we out-rebound the other team on the offensive glass, or games where we get more assists than the other team. Or you can do like player queries, like this is for Florida, games where Alex Condon has 10 or more rebounds, for instance. So it's going to find the games that match that filter, and it's going to provide you the stats change whenever this filter is met and whenever it's not met. And you can really see how your team's performance is impacted by these queries, as well as any recommendations that come from this, whether that be lineups or substitution patterns, anything like that. So this leads us then into the Quick Scout feature, where essentially you can take all the insights that you learn and really have a great way of explaining this to your team. You can explain custom team terminology. I'm going to go ahead and enter in here some now. Explain some basic team terminology that I want the scout to use. I could also go in and talk about anything on the insights that I found, such as, oh, we need to emphasize taking these 2 players out of the game, or we need to keep this player off the offensive glass, or we need to be careful about this team's tendencies after halftime. Things like that will be all things our insights can provide. You can verify with data, and you can easily explain in your scout. So now all you have to do is just select the school that you're going to play. We could just say we're playing Oregon, for instance. It's like Oregon Ducks. You can select exactly which players you want to scout. You want to generate the quick scout. This usually takes another around 2 to 3 minutes, so we'll also come back whenever that finishes. Okay, as you can see, the scout has now finished generating. Each player is given strengths, weaknesses, notable attributes, key takeaways, and overall ranking, as well as badges. We really wanted to give this somewhat of a more professional video game feel to it, because video games are things that really resonate with players. Are really going to be able to take in what they're reading and really be able to absorb that information. Should anything look off to you guys, for instance, feel free to come in here and change the badges to whatever you guys would like, as well as add any more insights that you might have or that the AI missed or that you want to emphasize. That goes well with the key takeaways as well. Just make sure that you save your work whenever you're done. Yeah, so you can also view history of previous scouts that you have created, and you can also easily download this. So essentially you hit download, and then it's going to open up the PDF that you can download, send to your players for easy access. And that will be the Quick Scout feature. So now we're going to head more into more off-season focused features, but also with some in-season applications. For instance, with head-to-head, if you're about to play a school, you can get a feel of what our AI models are thinking your chances of winning are and how to increase those chances. We've achieved 95% accuracy rate in determining which games we're going to win, which games we're going to lose. And feel free to test any games that you guys may have in the 2024-2025 season. But as you can see, we can simulate. We're going to run the simulation. And the Florida Gators have this percentage of winning, and these are the different ways that Florida can increase their chance of beating Texas with Texas Tech. This is also a very good scheduling tool when it comes to getting at-large bids, since you want to schedule the toughest competition that you have the highest percentage chance of winning. This serves both purposes, and we've achieved great accuracy levels that we'd really appreciate you guys to be able to test and let us know how things turn out. But next, we have our portal feature. We can now search for players directly in the transfer portal. So for instance, we'll make a quick team. We'll just take all the Coopers, add all the Coopers to our team. As you can see, there are like player overall ratings. These are the impact scores, as well as different attributes, how well they stack up against the competition. Cooper flag, as you can see, is very, very good across the board. And then here are the other Coopers stats. So essentially, we can add these players to the board, and they're going to pop up on our transfer portal roster. We can then use our ML models to predict the minutes that each player is going to play. And then we can come in, and then if anything looks off, we could like adjust these minutes because there's like positional differences. Cooper flag would share his minutes, but realistically, you may be playing more. We could say this, and then the next step would be to predict outcomes. Before we do that, it's also noted that on the projected team statistics, we have a spider chart that shows you how you stack up in each category relative to the competition. So, for instance, here our shooting is extremely bad. Actually, before we even continue, let's add a shooter. Who is a good shooter in college? I'm not entirely up to date, but we can say Andreas Stojakovic, for instance. We would have to like make sure that across the board we are increasing our shooting to see this percentage go up, but you can have live feedback into like what type of team you're constructing. So right now we're going to go ahead and hit predict outcomes. This usually takes around 30 seconds or so. This is just to give time for our ML models to really predict what's going to happen. We take into account like player synergies, like how different players will play together, overall team synergies, how you guys as like maybe the Florida Gators play, as well as the difficulty of your schedule. How does that impact the stats that we're going to be getting from the team as well as from the player? So we'll just wait for that to load. All right, so the stats have finished loading, and as you can see here are the projected statistics. We do points, rebounds, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. We really do a whole host of stats, really serving like any purpose that you guys may need. As you can see, we can also click an individual player, for instance, and generate specific player analysis for that player. But while that's loading, we can come look at the projected team personality. We have the win-loss percentage. We're looking to add more things like team archetypes in the near future. We also have roster improvement we also have roster improvement suggestions, such as adding floor spacing bigs, 3-and-D combo guards. These are really to increase your chances of winning. And then lastly, you can see the Cooper flag thing has loaded. We have basically the usage and fit, on-ball versus off-ball, any risk factors that may come with getting Cooper flag, as well as suggested rotations, including lineups, offensive focuses, and defensive focuses. We also do NIL evaluation. We do this based off the impact score that a player is projected to bring. This is relative to who's on the team and all the factors I've said previously. So seeing the NIL, we could see that Cooper flag deserves a very big percentage, which is pretty accurate. And other players will file in right here. So this is our transfer portal tool, and then we're looking to add more things like positional comparison. This filter, we're going to add more in-depth filters in the near future. Yeah. So then our last tool would just be the feedback tool. This is really to help us become better as Cortex AI. We really appreciate everybody for taking the time to really try out our software, use it. Hopefully it impacts everybody's programs in a positive manner. And then if there's anything you guys would need on our end, whether that's like a suggested feature, go ahead and come here, type the subject, describe the workflow, you can submit that feedback. Or if there's like just a general thing you want to say, or if there's a bug that you found that you want to report, we're going to be actively reviewing these daily to make sure that everything you're seeing is fixed. We're here to present the best product on the market, and we're going to be committed to that mission, and we would really appreciate any advice that you guys might have or just any thoughts in general. All right, thank you.